my God! Thank you. The new phone book's here! The new phone book's here!
Well, I wish I could get that excited about that.
Nothing! Are you kidding? Page 73! Johnson! Maven! R! I'm somebody now! Millions of people look at this book every day! This is the kind of spontaneous publicity, your name in print, that makes people! I'm in print! Things are going to start happening to me now.
In his head, that probably sounded like, I don't know, what he wrote probably comes across as really clever or intellectual, I don't know. I just don't know what he's thinking in his head. But to everyone else, it looks plain, creepy, weird and stupid. Let's just read the tweet out again. The one and only Mark Cerny. I love you. You're the Einstein in the gaming industry. Your army is ready. We would do anything for you. Heart, heart, heart at Cerny. It's creepy and weird. And then he's obviously got some pictures of Mark Cerny looking buff in one of the pictures. Buff, is that equally creepy? I don't know if that's the right word. I don't think you can associate buff and Mark Cerny. I don't think you can put them in the same sentence. So I apologise for that. But it's just weird. Why are they doing this? So before I move on this video, I just thought I'd introduce myself. Always find it weird that people introduce themselves in the videos, to be honest, because you're actually already here. So I'm not sure why I'm introducing myself. But I will say, because you know who I am, because you're on my channel. But thank you anyway for joining me. I really appreciate it. My subs are going up. I'm really trying to reach 1,000 before the end of the year. I really, really do appreciate it. And once I get more subs in, I really want to start giving more stuff out. I've already given out some Game Pass Ultimate code. I really want to give more stuff out. That's my ideal plan, sort of just start giving out stuff. Please sub and share and like the video. So this video is basically about it's a name that's been thrown around now. It's a name I mentioned, a word I used a long time ago. I called them the cult of Sony, and there's a good reason why I call them a cult, which I will go into as the video goes on. So let's get into this. Oh God, now I sound like Review Tech. Who's that fella that I can't read his name? Let's get into this. Right, so basically this video is about the cult of Sony, which is like to call them. I call them a cult because it's gone beyond fanboyism. When you get to this level, it's beyond fanboyism. They seem to try to deflect and associate us with liking Phil Spencer that much. Never met the guy, don't know the guy. I have no fascination with Phil Spencer whatsoever, other than I think he's doing a good job in the position he's in. He's pulled Xbox out of the darkness. He's doing very well for him. He's making a lot of money for Xbox. He's doing very well. And also he's a gamer. And he's very vocal and very good with the fan base. And he's reactive. If you complain about something and stuff, he will take note and he will mention it and he will adapt and change depending on that. A good example of that is the Xbox Live Gold, is where they said they was going to raise the price of it. Fans kicked back at that, and so they changed it and dropped it. Bosh, job done. There we go, move on. The fascination with Cerny, I'm not quite understanding. This guy's unfortunately not on his own. There is others that have made videos about him and said they love him and adore him, yada yada yada. It's just weird. I just can't get my head around the whole Cerny love and attention. One, it's just weird to love someone you don't know and just say you love them anyway on social media where everyone can read it and get receipts. It's just weird to do stuff like that. But to just be drawn to this fella, I'm not quite getting it. Because in my head, this is how I'm seeing it in my head. Please comment below if you're not seeing it my way or if you don't agree with me. But how I see it is, so far the Xbox Series X and the PS5 have launched. And the Xbox Series X is, on paper, the most powerful console on the market. And it's going to prove that. The PS5 have a better sort of start off because the developers had the console a year plus longer. But as time goes on, you're getting developers now coming out and saying they're having issues with the PS5. They're having technical issues. It's got problems making. We've had House Marquee, we've had the guys that made the Biomutant game. We've had a couple of other developers saying there's issues with the PS5. On top of that, the machine's massive. It's also got a giant heatsink and liquid cooling, but it still runs hotter than the Xbox Series X, even though it's weaker. The SSD isn't nowhere near to the level that they seem to paint it as. The Epic engine, Unreal 5, also runs equally as well on the Xbox Series X, so it lost that advantage. What else we got? I think is it still not got an external drive, or one of the drives it's still not got plugging into? It's just got, and then the games are crashing, and it's just got sort of. It's at a level where I can't see why he's called a genius. I can't see why this console is personally any better than the Xbox Series X. But no one is calling anyone a genius or fantastic or a god on the Xbox Series X side, because they're just developers. They're just technicians. They're just engineers. It's their job. They're not anything special above or beyond. But these people are just calling him out as some sort of messiah, some sort of god, as if he's come up with something incredible. He's not. I can assure you, he's not. There is nothing the PS5 is standing out above, next generation's above. It can't even run all the backwards compatibility games. It can't even do that. So I don't get what the love and the fascination for this man is. But that's me personally, as I said. Please give your thoughts and impressions. I'd love to hear them and try to change my mind. Trying to change, but that's my opinion. See if you can alter my opinion by giving me a good example what Sony has done for PlayStation. I mean, we can go back further. Right? The PS4 and the PS4 Pro. The PS4, yes, it was a powerful and cheap machine. It wasn't too bad. It did have its issues. I'm sorry, it did have issues. Don't try to make it as not. So for a genius to make a machine that has a lot of issues, you can't call him a genius. Then the PS4 Pro, which is basically just a PS4, wasn't it not? It's still overheating, still very loud. It keeps making machines that are really loud. For a genius, I'm not sure why. Where the Xbox X's or Xboxes in general have been much quieter than the PlayStation 4s or 5s or anything. They're quieter. But they're not called, as I said, they're not being called geniuses for that. But it's just not just dwell on the Sony fan base. It's the fan base in general. They just seem to be too. There is just something mentally wrong. So actually, before I get into this, I have to just reiterate that I don't mind PS fans, because there's lots of PS fans. I don't mind if you prefer a console over another. I prefer Xbox over PlayStation. If you prefer PlayStation Xbox, that's fine. It's not them people, which are hopefully the majority of the PS fan base. It's not those guys that I'm sort of digging out here. It is the actual ones that go beyond that. It is the weirdos. It is, as we like to now associate them as, being the cult of Sony. Because these are the guys that do things like silly, weird things, like name themselves after PlayStation or after games or do stuff. So they not only do that and just give themselves ridiculous, long-winded names, and actually create accounts to not only just love PlayStation, but hate on Xbox, or even make accounts just hating on Xbox, purely just to hate. It's weird. But then what makes them, takes them further beyond fans, beyond just the regular fans that we sort of see in gaming, is that they this is where the cult comes into it. They will openly lie, make up stuff just to defend Sony and run down Xbox. They will literally lie about Sony and lie about Xbox. They're not short of. They do not care if they don't tell the truth. All they care about is, in their head, they're doing a great deed for Sony, and they think Sony will reward them in some way. Let's take this fella, PlayStation dominating since, I don't know the rest of his name, it's just fucking too long to put into an account. He says to me, if you think any Sony studio IP will ever release on another console, then you're clearly deluded. This doesn't count the PC releases, as Xbox do the same. He goes on to waffle about saying, there's just this is my point. They're so not up to date or knowledgeable. This was only a couple of days ago he posted this as well, so he's been fully aware of what I'm about to say. If you think any Sony studio IP will ever release on another console, then you are clearly deluded. Then clearly I'm deluded, because I'm pretty sure MLB The Show 2021 released on Xbox, did it not? And that's a studio IP. It's already released on console. Then that happened a while back, before he's even said this. Is he unaware of that? Or is he just ignoring that fact? Is he just ignoring facts? And that's my point about these morons. And like the last fella, I wouldn't have a problem if they can hold a sensible, logical, factual debate. But they just foul at that, because they have no care, because all they care about is Sony, and it's trying to win an argument, even if it means lying. They try to win through lying, which is just weird. This fella, I mean, as I said, they're so out of touch and unknowledgeable about the thing they're actually defending. It's weird. This fella, who was just trolling an Xbox channel like I do, goes on about how Xbox has got no games, it's crap, yada yada. I just simply asked, list me the confirmed PS5 exclusives you're hyped for. That's all I said, right? And his list consists of Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. Fair enough, it is. Demon's Souls, that's sort of, it was on PS3, but okay, let's give you that, because it's a remake. Astro Playroom, well, that's sort of a tech demo, but yeah, we'll give you that. Horizon Forbidden West, and that's confirmed for PlayStation 4 as well, so it's not a PlayStation 5 exclusive. God of War Ragnarok, that's also confirmed for PlayStation 4, so it's not a PS5 exclusive. Gran Turismo 7, yeah, that's also confirmed to PlayStation 4. It's not a PS5 exclusive. And then he says, the new game from Naughty Dog. What? You don't even know what it is. What? Imagine just listing, yeah, and other games without the new game from the studio that Sony got announced. And then he puts in laughs and things like that, as if he won one over. He actually walks away from this all smug and clever. Then when you go into the details of their account and check these fellas out, you find they've only had their account months, days, even hours, like this guy. He's literally he's not even had his account one day. So he's quite literally made an account just to troll and talk nonsense and defend Sony and attack Xbox. Imagine doing that. Imagine having that time. Or imagine just, and all he's done, the only comments he's made 7 comments so far, all of them hate on Xbox. Imagine doing that. Imagine like having been such a no-lifer that you think, I'm going to make YouTube accounts just to attack Xbox, just to attack a piece of plastic, a corporation who don't care about you or know about you. And you know, some people go, oh, he's just trolling. This is sort of goes beyond trolling. Trolling was what I did in my last comment, where I just said, I just threw a flippant comment in there saying, name PS5 exclusives, knowing really the only ones they got coming forward is Ratchet and Clank. So I already knew the answer to it. That's trolling, right? It's not toxic, it's not nasty, it's just a troll comment. But having to take the time to make accounts, carrying it on, and just making multiple sock accounts, which is what these guys do, make sock accounts and go really in depth and make videos just about really hating on something and just being really nasty about it and really weird, really toxic. But I think just the weirdness is the main thing. That's beyond, that is cult. To defend Sony that far, to take your passion that far, and some of the hate which I'll show these guys show is not only toxic but is cult. It is cult-esque. So you're going to find lots of these on here. So we have another guy here. There we go. Sony only. It's weird. With his little hating Xbox logo thing there. Sony only. The irony again here is that you are a pathetic example of someone who has no games since you're an Xbox fanboy. This is a guy called Sony only, and he's dedicated himself to Sony, but he's calling someone an Xbox fanboy. And you know, who's clearly his name's got nothing related to Xbox at all, or his logo. But this guy's called Sony only, and he's clearly got a I hate Xbox logo, and he's calling the guy an Xbox fanboy. It's just pure delusion and cultism. Let's take a look at his channel. Yes, so as predicted, lots of videos hating on Xbox and PlayStation as well. He's hating on PlayStation or hates. I think he just hates anything gaming related that's not to do with Sony, because, well, Sony only. Because why not? You're a weird freak, a cult member of the cult of Sony. So why not only like Sony? Have all the gaming platforms only like Sony? How weird is that? Just get that around your head. Imagine only liking one item, one thing. And you call yourself a gamer. These guys claim to be gamers, but you only like Sony games. Imagine how limiting that must be and how horrible that must be. Especially like the beginning of generation when they're not giving you anything, but you're still dedicating your time and life to them because you're a cult member. That's the only thing I can see why you would do this, because your brain is so deluded. He's even hating on the Britannia on here as well, and does several videos about him because he hates PC gaming and hates Xbox and hates anything. I've not gone through it all and see if he hates Switch. I would imagine he also hates Nintendo as well, and hates himself, I think. And of course, the deflection. He goes on to call everyone else cult members, not himself, even though he has branded his name under Sony. He's got the standard hate Xbox avatar, or sort of his logo, as you want to call it. He also has the old LMFAO, which I've always called the Sony Fanboy tag, which they seem to end each sentence with that for some reason. It's like they literally are laughing, rolling around on the floor, which just in my head paints someone's really psychotic and narcissistic. If you can picture them actually rolling around on the floor laughing from something that they've said themselves, from their own jokes. Imagine doing that. Imagine you tell a joke and then you laugh hysterically about your own joke. So you've been a cult. Tin Dog literally drew pictures of Phil and Aaron and called him dad, which we know is a lie because he ticks that box which I said earlier. They lie. They can't. They just lie to defend the console. See, people might say like, oh, don't get me wrong, Xbox gamers do the same. You get the odd Xbox fanatic and guy just as much as these. But this is what this is. This is fanaticism. This is fanatic. It's just like what you get between religions and things. You get fanatics that are just so indoctrinated into their religion that they know nothing else, and they will lie and do anything. They will even bypass logic, common sense, facts, anything, because they're deluded and indoctrinated into their beliefs. And this is exactly what this is. And this is what it's just turned into. And I thought it would die down with the new generation, but it's not. It's actually getting worse. And I think Sony doesn't help. I think they perpetuate it, they push it, and they don't try to stop it, as we see in the last thing on Twitter about that guy, the message he sent to Alana Pierce, which was just nasty, disgusting. You'd think Sony would come out and say something like, stop it, wind it in, because it was insulting Santa Monica Dev at the end of the day, and Santa Monica come out and said something, but Sony didn't. Sony stayed quiet about all these things. Phil comes out occasionally and says, shut up, you idiot, like he did to Crap Gamer, when Crap Gamer was an Xbox gamer, which made him go to PlayStation. Phil said, shut up, you're being a moron, basically, in so few words, and Sony got Crap Gamer got called out for it. Why don't Sony ever do anything? Why don't they say nothing? They love this. They like to push this. They like this following. It's just weird and crazy and dangerous. So let's look at a couple more toxic YouTubers that just want to hate on anything gaming other than Sony, and just basically have devoted their entire lives or their spare time they have to hating on Xbox and PC and anything else that isn't related to PlayStation and Sony, which, as we've all established, is quite creepy. So we've got this fella, Hell Gamer Reviews, obviously takeoff of Crap Gamer Reviews. So just to clarify what this guy has written on his channel, on his profile on his channel, this is my other channel, because they all have lots of channels that actually make several accounts. You know, they don't just devote themselves to supporting Sony with one account. They will make several accounts, lots of accounts to oh, fuck, I really have got no words. This is the other channel with the sole purpose of uploading other exposing videos and or re-uploads if I still have the video files for it. LMAO, told you that's their calling card, that's their tagline they finish every sentence with, because they're idiots at the end of the day. And it's the sole purpose, his sole purpose is to expose. He thinks he's exposing people as well, but he's not actually exposed anything, because he doesn't quote any facts, doesn't really say anything. He's just an idiot. He's just an idiot. He's just a cultist, a fanatic, a narcissist, a weirdo. He's just an idiot. This is the best bit, sorry. You'll never get rid of me, Xbots. I'll never go away. Amusing part is that you continue to watch my videos and cry on them, despite your distaste for my content. Lol, 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 lol. P.S. My main channel's link is down below, so you'll want to subscribe to that, yada yada yada, because he thinks people will subscribe. And he has got 250 subscribers, because morons, other PS4 fanboys, we all subscribe to this because they're idiots as well. They love to, I don't know, hate stuff. They have to hate gaming. I think. But the best thing about this is you'll never get rid of me, Xbox. He says you'll never get rid of me, Xbox. Yet the last video he posted was 4 years ago. So, well, they did get rid of him, or he just give up, or he just went off to another account because he's got so many. He probably lost track of them all. Forgot the password on it. I don't know how their brains think. I don't know what goes on in their heads. Maybe he grew up. Maybe he's got a family now and kids, and he just realised, or his wife said, stop being a wanker, or his family said, what the fuck are you doing with your life? Possibly something like that, down those lines. But I know this guy used to be something like Dark Metal Overlord or something like that. He's had loads of names. A lot of them, a lot of the problem is, a lot of them are the same person with lots of accounts because they're mentally disturbed. For example, this is another of his accounts, Xtars Destroyer. Yeah, at this point you're thinking, wow, he really is committing a lot of time to hating Xbox. A corporation that doesn't know who he is and doesn't give a fuck about what he thinks. And not many people do, actually. So it's quite weird and ironic. So I think I'll just leave it there and move on as we finalise the video. So to summarise my entire video, what is it about? So this is really just about the Sony cult, as I call them, that are coming through now. These are people that are beyond fanboyism. This is beyond. This is more sort of like worship, and it's ruining gaming. It's ruining people's perspectives. People on the outside that look in see this kind of crap. They see these are the kind of people that post hateful messages to developers and just draw the negative attention to gamers. And really, ideally, even PS gamers should agree with me on this, that these kind of people need to stop. As I said, there are sort of people like this, the extremists on all platforms and all sides. But the PlayStation fanboys you do get the more extreme ones. You do get the ones that are far more devoted to this. As I've shown just a few accounts, there are far more, and they just seem to show a lot more devotion to hating. And I think it's good for gaming, good for us all, if we all agree that this kind of thing needs to stop, and we need to stop supporting this and pushing this out of gaming, because it's just getting toxic and nasty. And really, it should be all about the games, and it shouldn't matter what console you play on. So you're going to get some people to go, oh yeah, but you make videos, you upload videos every week hating on PlayStation. No, I actually don't. Firstly, I'll talk about Xbox, PlayStation, and I've got a couple of videos about PC. Secondly, my videos may come across about negative info about PlayStation, but that's because, especially this generation, they've been dropping a lot of negative news. In fact, they've not been very positive of recent, and I don't like their anti-consumer practices, and they've been lying a lot. And I think that stuff needs to be brought out in a non-toxic manner, which is what I do. I show the facts. I show the facts on my screen, and I talk through it, what other developers and what other people think. And that stuff needs to be brought out, because a lot of the media don't seem to cover it when there's negative stuff said against Sony, unlike Xbox. But I'll say negative things on all sides. Like, for example, when we was talking about the Xbox Live Gold going up in price. Personally, it didn't bother me, because I had Xbox Game Pass Ultimate thing, so it doesn't bother me anyway. It's all included in that anyway. But I can see why it would affect some people. But then they changed that. They went back on that and changed it. So they ain't going to do that. So that's Xbox being pro-consumer, you see. Sony, on the other hand, people kick back on stuff, especially like the refunds and that, and Sony won't budge on it. Sony won't budge. That's anti-consumer, you see. Because when you've got your fans saying, can you please change this, and them going, no, we don't care, we just want your money. That's just not nice. That's just not good for gaming at all. And you can see why more and more people. But that's why you can't. I just understand the hate against Xbox when they're being so pro-consumer at the moment and doing things for the gamers. You've got people that are just hating on Xbox for it because of their devotion. They just feel threatened. That's why I see it as, just like a religion. They feel threatened by something else out there, and they need to put an end to it, and they need to just brainwash other people into their mentality and bring people down and bring gaming down. So just to round it all up, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I don't want to spend too much time on these, even though I was thinking of doing sort of a parody video every month, or just naming and shaming trolls and stuff, because that can be quite funny. But I hope you liked the video. This is Titanfall being playing, by the way. I downloaded it last week and started playing Titanfall again on the Xbox. And as you can see, I'm getting games. This game's still going. It released, what, in 2014? March 2014. Still going. You know, it's been, what, 7 years? So it's still going strong. That is amazing. This is amazing. And I still love the game, and I'm still wicked at it, as you can see. Barely die, and I obliterate everyone. Just saying I haven't got enough teammates to keep up with me. Because one of the games, I don't know if you spotted there, one of the games, one guy died 15 times in the game. I died once, he died 15 times. It's things like that. Pull your team down, fucking idiot, get off. Just drop out the game, please. It's bringing my score down. But thank you all for watching. Please sub and share. Please put down in the comments what you think. PS, Xbox, PC gamers, what do you think about the toxicity and just the way it is and how far some people can go? Don't tell me, oh, you get Xbox gamers. I know that. I know you get Xbox gamers like it. But PS gamers, you can't fault, are the worst. And a lot of people are devoting far too much time to hating. And it's just weird. They need to just game and get on with their lives. But thank you all for watching. Please sub and share. Please drop some likes. I should hopefully have another videos dropping soon. But thank you for watching, and goodbye for now.